Good evening, YouTube. Who is number one? Who is the fastest growing YouTube channel in the last year? Now, if you've already caught my earlier video, I'm just going to be doing this over live. I apologize. I had some technical difficulties in the video, but I wanted to get this out. I'm really excited about this video, and I'll give you a little background. Maybe do a little different because I'm going live this time instead of, going, if you heard it before, this is not going to be the same. Every video I put together is kind of like a snowflake. But I did want to share with you who the number one fastest growing YouTube channel is and a couple other YouTube channels and give kind of a shout out and look at what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and kind of walk you through what I've got going on here. So and then So this starts with, I've been doing my channel for over a year. Last year, I started by creating content where I was following YouTube channels, and I'd make kind of I was going to do a monthly report of, hey, here are the YouTube channels and the content you're missing. Then I made it weekly. And then as I progressed, I started doing it daily, where I would basically just kind of watching YouTube. And then early in the morning, I'd put together a video telling you, hey, what's going on in the YouTube world? What should you be paying attention to? So what I did is I have several videos. These all videos are from last year. You can take a look at these if you want to. As you can see, they don't have a lot of views, so they love some views. But I pulled these videos from May 24th. And there's several on May 24th. There's actually four videos. Each video has 5 people in it. So there's 20 YouTube channels from that video. There's several YouTube channels from the May 28th, several from the June 4th. I also did June 11th and June 18th. Again, and so that's where all these content is coming from. These are subscribers that I follow. In fact, look at this. Back then, I had 80-something subscribers, it looks like, last year. So I share that with you because now I'm going to go over here. God, I hope you guys, I don't know if this is going to work. Let me stop share. I got to share this document. All right, I got to share the right thing now. Share screen. And then I guess that does work. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Is that what I want? It's kind of weird. Ugh. I hope this is showing up. I really do. We're live here. I'm having challenges. I hope you are seeing the numbers that are in front of you right now. So real quickly, here's what I did. I looked at last year's videos, okay? So I had 20 videos from the May 24th. And you can see I have Cardboard Chronicles, Breaker Culture. I made comments about these. With some interesting things, a couple of them, the ones in yellow, have gone kind of inactive recently. No activity on the YouTube channel for months or longer. Several of these have merged. I mentioned that Breaker Culture and Pack Geek are now part of Bench Clear, which I talk about later on. Cardboard Culture and House of Jordan are now Card Ladder and Sports Card Culture. So there has been some changes in the hobby. Obviously, PSA Collector is now Graded Card Investor. I joked about how, 2021 is probably the year of the collector, but he switched from collector to investor now. He's a graded card investor now. But here's some of the channels. A couple of things. These are channels I followed last year. I didn't tell these people I was following them and did these videos. I just did them and would share what my thoughts were, or why I watched the video, whether it was Bobbles or Breaker Culture or Flipping Steve or whatever it is. I am excited, though, to kind of share. Look, I was following Flipping Steve at 82 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I remember following Dustin when he had 891 subscribers. Hobbybox under 500. Sports Card Live. And again, here are their numbers today, or as of yesterday, I guess. They're June numbers. So some great growth in these different channels. So what I did is I built out this growth by numbers. And again, let's just see. Are we able to see this or not? Let me just go back here real quickly. I'm going to switch over here. I don't know if that's working or not. Let's go ahead and share again. Share screen. And I'm going to entire screen. Yeah, I guess that is working, right? Because it's showing the entire screen. Let me try something. Stop share. Sorry, guys. I really apologize. Like I said, I screwed up the earlier video. So we're going live and we're trying things we haven't tried yet. There we go. This is the window. I like that. Let's try that. Okay. So who is number one? Who's the number one growth in YouTube channels? I'm going to go down from the bottom and going up. So Sports Card Kid is a channel that's just pretty much gone inactive. It was a father-son. I don't see any new content from them. Card Pack Rip is disappeared. This was a breaking channel that was breaking vintage cards. I haven't seen them. I don't know if they changed their name. I couldn't find them when I did the research. Breaker Culture and Pack Geek are two channels that have just been They're still active. In fact, they're there, but their content now is coming off a bench clear. So I guess they could be considered inactive. So I'm not surprised to see them here at the bottom of this list with minimal growth, actually, if we're doing no new content on the channel. Oh, what the heck happened there? How did we go to the top 5 already? Man, Ziggy, what the heck? Let's slow down. So KB Legends, I did mention that, KB Legends is at the bottom of this list with only 26% growth. Only added 9,300 subscribers. It's interesting because KB Legends, if you look at my video back on, I think this was from the 11th or sometime last year, KB Legends was a video channel that went to Sports Cards, and now they are Sports Card Invest. Not a fan of Sports Card Invest. Not a fan at all. I don't like this channel. I don't like the content he puts out, but I do pay attention. Elite Co, another great channel. Elite Co's been around for a long time, and that's pretty good growth when you think about it. He doesn't promote his channel; he just does what he does, and he's doing a great job. So really excited. Filmington, seen some great growth. Up North Collector, a channel I've been following, and I recently unsubscribed to because I don't like the fact that Up North Collector supports repack packages, and that not only they support them, but they're a sponsor of Cardvestments, which is a complete scam. No checklist, just fleecing the hobby. Not a fan. So Up North Collectors there, 37%. Those back pages, another great collectors page, went from 500 to over 1,800. Is that correct? 39% growth. That's pretty darn cool. Oh no, added 500. I'm sorry. Cardboard Chronicles, again, some growth there. Actually, some pretty good growth when you consider the fact that he only does a few interviews a year. Silver Jackify, House of Jordan, again, some pretty good growth there as well. When you think about they're not really putting any new content in the last year. Again, you can check their numbers. Card Talk Show. Blake Jameson, I thought was interesting, and I was following him last year. He's doubled in his subscribers, and he's an artist that dabbles in sports cards. As we go up here, Red Cape Sports, very, very great channel. Big fan of the guys up in Canada. Red Cape Sports team. I've been following them for a long time. CRT Sports, PSA Collector. Again, you can see his numbers, what his percentage of growth was at 156%. Pretty good, pretty good. One of the bigger channels at 58,000. And again, I'll say I did this growth based on percentage, because if I did it just on subscribers, it would just be the big guys who are getting bigger, and the little guys wouldn't get the love that I think they deserve when you look at the percentage of growth. And again, I apologize. I'm not paying attention to chat. I will come back in a second, look at chat. I hope you guys are still there. I just wanted to get this video out because I felt like I screwed the earlier one up. Pac-Man. Pac-Man's amazing in the fact that you think about it, he was at 36,000 subscribers last year, and he's over 120 now. That's 83,000 subscribers added in the crazy year that was 2020 and 2021. 229% growth. And you'd think that'd be great, but it's not even the top 10, guys. Hobby Hotline, 247% growth. Wax Museum, almost 300% growth. Card Investor, or Sports Card Investor, 300% growth, going from 2,200 to over 90,000 and still growing. Probably will break 100,000 pretty soon. I also think it's interesting to follow these to see how is the hobby. Are they still following these channels? How many viewers are they getting versus subscribers? You can do kind of a ratio on that. Run Good Life, 405%. And we haven't even broken the top 10 yet. Bobbles and Ball Card, 420%. His channel blew up from, I think, 400 to over 2,000 recently. I remember talking to Brandon. He said that part of it he thinks was he got a lot of viewers from doing more SGC subs. A lot of these guys also did breaking. Pac-Man does breaking. And what I mean by breaking, he's not just breaking cards for himself anymore. He does breaks for people. That's got him a lot of viewers. Run Good Life does breaks for other people as well. He's evolved his channel. High Upside, great growth. I haven't seen his content. I believe he's still very active in the hobby. I just don't think he's YouTubing it as much. Slab Stocks, again, great growth when you think about where they were, under 2,000 and at 13,000 right now. Again, these are some pretty cool numbers. And again, I'm only looking at those channels that I was following a year ago and comparing them to numbers this year. So here we are, break it into the top 10. Number 10, Sports Card Live with Jeremy. Started last year at 352 subscribers when I was following him. I actually think I started following before that. Those numbers, I thought they were lower, but that's what I have in my video. And now he's over 3,000 subscribers at 772% growth. Wow. Is that math right? I think it's right. Broke Card Investor. So this is interesting because he had 15 subscribers. He got up to 155 and he's pretty much disappeared. And I think he disappeared like 8 months ago. So he's technically in the top 10, but he's inactive. So maybe I should bump him out. And I just left him there with the numbers. And I also wanted to highlight that, look, there are channels that are changing, right? They're going to morph, that you're going to see maybe less content in the new year. Or as we progress through this year, we might see less and less, YouTube channels. And maybe we won't. Maybe we'll see more. We'll see. Personal Finance Dad at number 8. 891 subscribers, added over 10,000 and sitting around 11,000 today. And again, look at that growth, 1,100% growth. Now, I know, Dustin, if you're watching, you know you're probably a little irritated because Brad's up a little top. But, dude, that's phenomenal. Top 10, big fan of what you've been doing. You've grown so much. You push me to put out content because you are definitely one of the daily content contributors out there in sports cards, and I appreciate that. Titan Cards, number 7, 1,900 subscribers last year. And I'll tell you, that channel came out of nowhere, and now they're over 24,000. I don't know the whole background, but I remember stumbled across Titan, and I loved watching the channel, but I was watching it too much because it's a beautiful woman breaking cards. It's like kryptonite on top of kryptonite for me. You know, I've always said if a woman's breaking cards, I'm probably paying attention, and it just I don't know what to say. I'm a man. I think she does a very good job. I love her channel, and I support what she's doing. So if you haven't already, check out Titan Cards, man. Hobbybox, number 6. And again, I remember following Hobbybox. My kids were following Hobbybox before I was following Hobbybox. 453. And I remember a few days after this video, you'll see that he does a collaboration with PSA Collector, and his channel went from 453 to thousands, like pretty much overnight. And it was the first time I saw the impact of a collaboration. And I will say, there's a difference when you collaborate with a content provider as a few thousand, and when you collaborate with a guy who had, I think at the time, what was it, 30-something thousand, right? Right. He had 22,000 last year. So really cool to see Hobbybox. Now, Hobbybox has been a little quiet. He's had some changes on his channel. He used to put out regular. I think he put out some content last week. We'll see where he is. You know, he might be yellow in the future. He might move him to inactive. But I am a fan, Boris. If you're out there and listening, hey, cheers to you, man. And I hope things are going well. I know you have some wonderful news in your family and stuff going on. So hope you're doing well. Bench Clear. I mentioned these guys at the bottom when I talk about Pack Geek and Breaker Culture, but look at the incredible growth they've had over the last year. This is exciting because Bench Clear came together and they said, look, we're going to make a channel, Sports Card Network channel. We're going to put content on there. We're going to put content so that you can come there and get soccer and get basketball and get, you know, pack breaking and get, you know, a well-produced, the polls. There's so much good content on Bench Clear. If you're not watching Bench Clear, I do recommend subscribing. They're obviously doing very well and a lot more content, I'm sure, coming in the future. Big fan and friend of Ty's. Card Hour at number 4. Man, this is exciting because I remember last year soccer started getting some buzz, and I really enjoyed watching Vincent at Card Ladder because, A, he's in Europe. He has a European perspective on sports. I think he gave some of the best content, still does do the best content, still very active. Look at that, 3,700% growth. That is super, super exciting in just 1 year, man. Very, very awesome. Now, number 3, I guess he gets the bronze medal, and that is Brad, the Comeback Card Investor with 4,000% growth. 385 subscribers last year. I will point out at the time I was looking at him, he was behind Dustin and has taken off at over 15,000 subscribers. Now, the last 2, you probably are guessing or probably know who they are, right? And I'll say I'm a fan of all these channels with the exception of Up North Collectors. Not a fan anymore, and I don't like KB Legends because I think, you know, again, I just don't like what he's doing with his channel. Flipping Steve at number 2. Look at this. 4,800% growth from 82 subscribers last year to over 4,000, man. And I have to say, I'm a fan of Flipping Steve's. I've watched his channel the whole year. I think I've caught maybe 90% of his videos. He's one of the most down-to-earth people, you know. It's funny his name is Flipping Steve, and he is investment, but he's also a collector at heart, man. He's just a good guy. As he tell you all the time, I'm just like you. I just collect cards, and I'm sharing with you on a YouTube channel. And I really love that what he's doing. So big applause to Flipping Steve, to come back, to Vincent, again, to Ty, to Boris. I forget the lady. But again, congratulations, guys. This is super exciting. I hope you're probably more aware of this than others, but at least you also see how some of your peers are doing kind of in the hobby. Number 1. Really no surprise. I know a few of you already probably guessed. I think many of you already subscribe to this channel. If you do not, I will tell you honestly, this is the one channel you should be watching. It's the one channel you should probably go back and watch a lot of the content because it is my favorite channel in the hobby, and that is Baseball Card Collector, Investor, Dealer, in that order. And I just love the way he says it because he is a collector, he does invest, and he's a dealer. Right. And he's had years of experience. I think that Chris is like, I'm going to say he's 29. I know he's probably older, but we'll say he's 29. But he's been collecting since a kid. He's over in Europe. He puts together some amazing. Let me just give you some background. He has a phenomenal series on explaining the card errors, pre-war, the post-war, vintage, modern. He breaks down what happened, the differentiations, the companies that competed. He does a great series on Grade the Graders. And this isn't about which one's better, that PSA or BGS or these guys are better. he's looking at, and he goes back to PSA, BGS, and SGC last year and just breaks down, hey, how do they come up with their grading scale? What do they do differently? Why does one use subs? It's a great set of videos. Again, just my favorite content creator out there, man. I wish I could be more like him. I think I know I rub people the wrong way sometimes. And I admire Chris, man. I admire him a lot. So one other quick graph I'll share with you right here. You can see, here's where I break down the numbers. I have the date of the video. I have the growth by number of subscribers. I have the date, June, and the number they had then. Here's the percentage of growth. And then I went ahead and sorted that off for you guys. And that's where I came up with this chart. So I will say, going back to the, here we are. Okay. I will be putting together a list as I go. Like, as we get further into June and July, I'll start showing you some of the new content channels that I started picking up. I will say by the end of the summer last year, I was doing these updates on the fastest growing channels. I was covering over 200 channels, and it just got very hard to keep up with all of them and keep track of it. So I'm not saying I'm going to do this forever. I will try to update you as I go along. If anything, what I want you to walk away with is just know that if you are creating a new channel, let me know, because I'd love to help you. I want to help people know about your channel. If you put together some content and you have an established channel and you want more people to know about it, let me know about it. Maybe I didn't see it, or if you're going to be dropping something or scheduling something, if you have an interview coming up, let me know. My whole goal when I started this channel really was to help get good information in the hobby out to the masses. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to, try to influence in a positive way people like Ken in the hobby. I was having a great conversation with somebody today, and I'll just say this. Look, I'm not trying to rub anybody wrong. I'm just trying to make the hobby a better place. And I think visibility, collaboration, sharing are all very important parts of that. So feel free to call me out. Feel free to say BS on Ziggy. And also feel free to, subscribe and all that other wonderful stuff. Let me take a quick second and look at some of these comments. Guys, thanks for joining. And I'll start here at the beginning. Hey, Ziggy from Sports Card Seller. Thanks for joining. What's up, Soggy? So this is funny. It's so funny this is here, man. I had a business guy send me an email. I use Ziggy in my professional life. And he sent an email to me. Hey, Ziggy, let's get together for lunch. And autocorrect changed the name to Soggy. So here, seeing Zup Zoggy, dude, I see that all the time. It's hilarious. I know autocorrect will change Ziggy to Soggy. High upside is inconsistent, but great content. He is inconsistent, decent content. One thing I don't like the market cap method, but that's a whole different argument. And he is doing more stuff. He's on, I'll say this, dude, the guy knows his stuff, right? He was dominating in the, what's that thing called? The Star Stock Challenge. He knows his stuff. And like I said, I used to talk to him on Facebook and stuff. I just haven't seen his YouTube channel as much. It's funny. I remember last year he started putting out daily. He's like, I'm going to do daily content. And I was like watching, and I think he did like 4 days in a row, and they stopped. I'm like, it's a lot harder to do daily than you think. It really is. Like, you put this in mind, I can do this every day. But I commend those who do, and I commend those who put out weekly content. It's awesome to see. Let's see what else. Sports Card Live, top 5 sports cards in the hobby. I agree. And the reason I like the show, and I will say this too, I do feel like Jeremy's show is a conversation. He really should call it Sports Card Conversations, because he sits down and talks to people and has great conversations. I give him a little grief on the interviews. He's kind of, he lets people off the hook a little bit, but I understand, because again, let's be honest, here in the YouTube world, we're not interviewing people because we want them to like our channel and subscribe. You really grill somebody, they're probably not going to want to come back. Like, I wish he would grill Panini a little bit more sometimes, but I do agree. He's one of the top 5 channels. Saturday night, always picking it up. Where is Ziggy Nose on the list? I'm not even on the list, man. My growth is not, I don't put myself on the list. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. What's this? You will be doing ones for later this summer. Will you be doing ones from later this summer? I remember you did one top. Yes, I will. I will be. I just started, like I said, and here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at last year's videos and reflecting on those and bringing content to what we're doing. That's why I did the video on Jeff, and why I think he's the most influential person in the sports cards. When you look over the year that's happened, whether you like Jeff or not, he's had a huge impact. I also look at all the content creators that are out there, and I really think Bench Clear are some of the OGs. Now, there's some channels that have been around longer than Bench Clear, right? That have had a long history. But I like Mike, Baseball Collector, and I like Ty, who've been in the hobby and been providing content for a long time, from the vintage and modern. It's a phenomenal team. Just wondering, be very cool. I definitely want to, and I agree that too. In fact, maybe I'll start doing an updated list on a month-to-month basis again, right? Because I do know people like to see how they're doing. They like to see how they're doing. It's not competition, but it's cooperative competition, if that makes sense. Did I make the top 50? Yes, Flipping Steve, you did, man. You're one of my favorites, buddy. And I'll just say, I didn't put you there. Your numbers put you there. Here we go. Yep. And there's Card Hour, another one, man. Congratulations, buddy. Belgium making the top 5. Yeah, and again, if you're not following Card Ladder, it's just great content. I look forward to his content on the Euro. He's got a great perspective on soccer, and just says it how it is, man. Says it how it is. Flipping Steve top 5. Yep, absolutely, man. Super excited. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, like number 2, Flipping Steve. Number 2 in the last year from the channels I've been watching. You're number 2 in growth. Let me see. Here you go, Steve. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate all support. Again, I really, like I said, I posted the video earlier, and the video is not there, but I got some great comments, and that's why I wanted to put this together live and share this with everybody. It's not Neo's not on the list because I didn't start following Neo till later. And let me just say this: I really like Neo. I have nothing against Neo. I've liked Neo from the time I saw him do his channel because. And I'll tell you real quickly, the reason I like Neo is that I know Neo was offered Card Ladder last year, and he chose market movers. And I think that was commendable. He did what he thought was right, and he stuck with that. And I've been a fan of his the whole year. We had a little thing because he blocked me, and I thought that was rude. I think he should have reached out to me. And I'll say this to anybody else, guys. If I upset you, if I bother you, let me know, right? You don't have to block me. You can. I understand that. But let me know. Hey, Ziggy, I'm blocking you because you pissed me off. Or, hey, Ziggy, I'm putting you in timeout. But let me know, man. If I have to fight it on myself, that's just, I don't know. Just it irks me. Let's see, Sasha T. Sasha T's not on the list. I didn't start following Sasha T until late in the summer, and he will have some phenomenal growth numbers when you think about it. But as far as year to year, I bet you he probably would be high up there. I don't think he'd beat Baseball Card Collector, Investor, Dealer. He might be compared to Flipping Steve's numbers because he's had a phenomenal growth. But I didn't start following him until later in the summer. That's why he's not on this list. But again, great content. Trike 415. Troy, I followed him later. He'll be in future as well. I think I even talked about him last year when I did some of the updates. Where's Card Collector in this? Great question. Again, Card Collector is another one I didn't follow till later, and he's a much more established channel. In fact, I want to say I started following him as a podcast before I started following him on YouTube. I think I'm a return channels I watch it because of shouting them out. Man, thank you very much. And I really appreciate that. It's funny you say that. Like, that's always been my goal. I want people to get, and I try to make them short videos so you know what to go look at or why to listen to it or what's the value in that video. So thanks, man. And I'll say this too. I've been promoting other people's channel. I don't tell them that I'm promoting them. If they add, if they mention to me, I'll say, hey, I'm going to drop, I'll tell you about the channel where I'm promoting you. But for the most part, I would just promote because I think it's a karma thing, right? You do it. Guess we didn't make the list. Hey, don't worry. You didn't make this list because I wasn't following you last year, man. But you could be on the future list. Great job on channel. Always spitting truth. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate it. All your content creators keep repeating the same shit over and over. All you guys care about at this point is YouTube money. So Sharpshooter, I'm going to disagree with that, but I understand where you're coming from. In fact, I will say one thing that I stopped. Like I just recently monetized my channel. I did break the 1,000 last year, and I thought about it, but I didn't want to. I really wanted, because I'll put it this way. When I watch videos, I hate the commercials. They drive me crazy. And some guys have a lot more than others. But what I realized was, my channels were being commercialized, or commercials were being put in the old ones, regardless if I monetized it or not. And I do better in the scoring algorithm if my channels are monetized. So I do monetize my channel now. I try to do it on a minimum. I honestly, it's not my driver. But I do agree with you that it is a driver for many of us, right? Is to get that YouTube, revenue. In fact, for a lot of these guys, right, who've created channels, they could drop off and disappear, and that channel will continue to bring them revenue for months, if not years. So, but Sharpshooter, I understand your feedback, and I would say this too: share what you want. Tell people, hey, could you put up better content, or can you do this, or give some suggestions, or don't watch. Costa Rica Cards, another one I've been following, but honestly, I just started following him probably about 6 months ago, right? I've been friends with Costa Rica for a long time. Good evening, guys. So again, that's what I want to do, just kind of put together a quick video. I'm already 24 minutes in, which is longer than the previous video, but I did want to share with you who is the fastest growing YouTube channel that I've been following the last year. And I'm super excited. That is Baseball Card Collector, Investor, Dealer. I don't speak to him just because I don't catch him on social media. Like I'll connect with him on chat. So hopefully he'll see this. And again, just a big fan of his, man. Big fan of a lot of you guys out there. Breakout Cards is another one that I'm a big fan of. YouTube doesn't pay the bills. It's a hobby that helps you. I agree. That is true. There are some YouTube channels that definitely do well. I mean, I know some guys talk about they can make $1,000 a month on YouTube, which surprises me. But it is what it is. That's it, guys. I will be back tomorrow with Sports Cards Live in the morning. I'll have a few shout outs tomorrow morning, some content creators to bring to your attention. Tonight, what is tonight? There's something, I think Beckett's on tonight, if I'm not mistaken. And there's something else on tonight. It's Wednesday night. It's slipping my mind. Hey, guys, thanks again. Have a great night. Did Flipping Steve leave already to celebrate? And I don't think he left, man. He's a great guy. He doesn't need to celebrate. He just does what he does. Tua, thank you very much, man. Is it Tua? Thank you very much, man, for your support. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a great day, great night. Again,